Let me give you a second thing. The second thing is that the church that's Spirit-filled then becomes gospel-driven. It becomes gospel-driven. This glorious gospel of Jesus Christ. What is the gospel? It is, the word euangelion actually means a royal proclamation of the victory of a king. That's why the book of Isaiah, when it talks about the gospel, says, get you up on a mountain, publish good news. What he's telling you to do was something they understood. When a king went down into the valley, won the victory, when the king went down into the valley, then he sent out a royal proclamation. All of our enemies have been defeated. So Jesus Christ has come down into the valley. He goes to Mount Calvary. He wins the victory. He is raised from the dead. And then he tells his people, get you up on a high mountain. Publish glad tidings. A royal proclamation. The king has triumphed over all of his enemies, and he has saved his people from their sins. It is that powerful message of the gospel of Jesus Christ, a message of God. This is a gospel message, is a message of God. God has done what I could not do. God has sent his son. It's a message about sin. God has saved me from my sins. The gospel is not a message about peace. Peace is a blessing of the gospel. The gospel is not a message about being reconciled with people that I'm opposed to or that I've got adversaries with. That's a fruit of the gospel. The gospel is a glorious message that Jesus Christ has saved us from the penalty of our sins, the power of our sins, the very practice of our sins he is saving us from, and one day he will save us from the presence of sin. Because he's not only called us, he's justified us, and he's not only justified us, he'll glorify us. That is the gospel message that empowers the people of God. He has saved us from our sins. And with this powerful message of the gospel, he saves others from their sins. And so I get brochure after brochure. Come to our conference. We will teach you how to make the gospel relevant. I cannot stand another one. I understand the motivation. I applaud it. But dear brothers and sisters, you don't need to make the gospel relevant. There's nothing more relevant than the gospel. We might make it irrelevant, but we can't make it relevant. There's nothing more relevant than how can men and women who are wrong with God and have no ability to do anything about it, how can they be made right with God? This gospel is a unique message. Every religion of this world, every single one of them will tell you what you've got to do to get to heaven. This one says what you do is not the answer. In fact, what you do is the problem. Even your righteousness is like filthy rags. But I got good news. Publish it. Heaven has come down for you. Heaven has come for you, and hear ye all the ends of the earth. Be saved. Come unto me. The gospel glorious message, the remedy. Oh, that our churches would turn to the gospel to be empowered by it, first, foremost, and ultimately. Instead of wondering about the personalities of our leaders or the programs we have. And I'm not opposed to, Lord, give me a personality that has some attraction to it, please. Lord, give us a program that guides your people, but it's the power of the gospel. It's that gospel that takes people where they are and never leaves people where they are, and it brings them to Christ and then changes them. It's a gospel that freely accepts you, but doesn't leave you there, that empowers and transforms your life so that you might know him and make him known.